this quarterfinal may surprise some people. Bill Graham, he knocked off the defending champion Bill Rowe, and Jamie Soulliere, whose first love, I guess, or the game he grew up on was Candlepin, and here he is, the left-hander out of Moncton, and he's through to the quarters, both winning $300 in their preliminaries.
And he was out talking a little bit to the ball as it went down the lane. Candlepin is a game where if the pin goes down, you have what we call deadwood. You actually use it to your advantage. And he's taken the accuracy from that, brought it over and bowled first of all, 5 years in 10 pin, 7 years in Candlepin. Nice and smooth. Picks up the first pair. Bill Graham out of Northern Ontario's representative, Thunder Bay, works at Maria's Bowl. Got a strike here, you can take a jump right away into the lead. I'll tell you what, he came straight through that shot. Laid the pins all over the place, left up the left-hand corner pin, the 7 pin.
And that's what he needs now to force a carryover. We're playing for $100 a frame here in this quarterfinal as we look to determine our first semifinalist. Oh, and he just hung it on the edge. Wow. So we'll carry over the first frame.
You know, so often you'll see somebody get up there and they get their mind set so much onto getting a strike, and then they ease up a little bit. And Graham has to keep his head into the game. He's talking to his girlfriend over there, trying to stay relaxed. But when you get into this game, there she is, one of our women competitors. And now she'll be wishing that Bill Graham can give a good demonstration of execution straight up and over top of his head. Look at this shot. Bang. 9 pin didn't even get touched. There's a lot of authority on that ball.
It's hard to believe, though, when you watch the pins splash, that they can all go around it without touching it.
Straight up and back.
Here it comes. So back-to-back spares for Bill Graham. Good start by the Thunder Bay bowler.
Watch this young man as he lines up. Stands over on the right-hand side, angles his toes way over almost to the 7 pin, and then walks right to the target, strokes the ball through. There we go, nicely done.
And so Jamie Soulliere will pick up the first 2 frames and $200. A strike in the second has given Jamie Soulliere the early lead as we play for $100 a frame. Soulliere out of Moncton, New Brunswick. Bill Graham from Thunder Bay.
Watch the angle of his feet. Brings it up, sets solid at the line, brings it through. A little bit of a skip there at the moment of release, and he goes up a single pin. He has a unique style. Watch as he lines up. There's his foot position, way out of proportion to where it should be. He holds the ball, cradles the ball with his opposite arm from his bowling arm, and does the same thing all the time.
Yeah, he almost sidesteps to the line, doesn't he?
It used to be that you tell people line up straight, line your toes up, keep square or parallel to the line. Now you can almost do anything you want on the starting position as long as you finish solid and square at the target. To your intended target, aim your toes at it, follow through like this, hit a break.
There you go. Bill Graham with a strike. Picks up his first money and the frame. But that's not unlike a lot of sports as Graham picks up the strike. In golf, they don't care how you bring the club back from the ball. I mean, think about Lee Trevino, for example. I mean, he takes that thing inside out, he waves it around, he snaps it, but when it comes back to the ball, it's square. Here, really, you'd like everybody to be mechanical, But what you're saying, as long as you get back to that one finishing position, you can do whatever you want?
As long as you line up square and you finish square with your target at the split second when you're releasing it, most of the time you'll get the consistency. And you try to line up, for example, a right-hander will use the inside of his left foot normally to line up, but left-hander will do the other way around. And the most important thing you can remember, and that didn't happen this time, is follow through. Follow through will get away, or give you the break to get away from a lot of errors that you made at the start.
So have a look at Jamie right now and the way he approaches it. He'll line up.
Now look at his feet. He's almost backwards here. Look at this. But now as he starts to straighten around, and there's where he sets and gets the solid positioning right at the moment when he's releasing, when he sets his foot and he drives the ball right through past his ankle. That's where you see the difference. Mom's happy in the background.
As he picks up the frame.
There you are. Now look at his positioning here. Straight through, straight up. Now there he is. He's solid at the line. Then he does that little dance as he released it. But after he released it.
So where his foot lands is always the same. That's
the key.
That's the consistency right there.
Right
and
there.
Now he can jump and he can pirouette, do anything he pleases.
Once the ball releases his hand, and most of the time you like to see people stay down at least until the ball crosses the arrow. Once it's gone out of your hand, you can do anything you want in the back. What he's doing is consistent. He's just doing the same thing over and over. 2 strikes in a row. Graham needs a strike to stay into the match.
He needs to force a carryover here. And he gets it. Nice pressure shot by Bill Graham. And so will carry over. And the $200 is on the line.
I like how he responds here to the challenge of getting a strike. He did that to defeat Rowe. Look at how solid he is here at the line. Knee bend straight down. You could be able to put a cup on him and balance it on his shoulder. Nice and consistent. If he does this again, he'll get another strike. He's moved about a board in this lane. Now watch what happens right here. Solid knee bend. You get all your power on the ball when you bend your knee. One of the reasons you want to keep your opposite foot to your sliding foot back on the floor is you get a lot of drive, a lot more drive on a ball from bending your knee. Don't get it from standing up.
Well, that's a big open frame now for Bill Graham. Lack of consistency. An open in 4, the strike, and now an open in 6. An 8 count. And for Jamie Soulliere, a chance here to pick up 2 frames and $200, which would put him on the verge of becoming our first semifinalist.
Boy, he starts that thing turning in the maximum turn there, and he just gets it going around. Just amazing, really, to watch that ball start to crank in. Young man is a student, getting the attention of all the young ladies in the background. What a future he's got in the bowling game. Should he continue this? Also bowls a Galaxy Bowl. There he is again, straight through, out and in and bang.
Wow.
Now you could
Four in a row. We showed you his mom, Linda, earlier. Now watch Mom as she watches this. Is this a strike, Mom? Tell us. You betcha it is. We don't even have to watch the game. We'll just watch Mom.
Graham has to get back into it. There's a strike to keep it going. He's spraying the ball around a little bit too much, pulling it a little bit now to tighten it up.
And that's it. As Jamie Soulliere picks up another frame, $100, and he has booked his place. Our first semifinalist here in men's 10-pin play.
Well, Graham really gets into it, and he comes right over top of his head. And the most important thing to remember is follow through, and you'll break up a lot of the splits, and you'll make lots of things happen down at the other end that wouldn't ordinarily do. If you cut short and make a short follow through, boy, disaster can happen. Bill Graham has had a bit of a problem in this game. He did so well against Bill Rowe, knocked off the defending champion.
Crossed over. It's funny, there's the 5-9, and you said to me that the 5 pin is the critical pin on every shot.
That's the pin that you want to get through. The ball actually has to hit the 5 pin, and that'll deflect the ball into the 9 normally. And the ball only hits 4 pins. People don't realize, and those pins are a foot apart. Look at the dots on the reflection there. And it's hard to believe. Boy, I'll tell you, that's real hard to believe. When you consider that the ball is about 27 inches in diameter, that thing goes straight through there, doesn't even touch the other pin.
YBC, the Youth Bowling Council. So many of the bowlers we see on the Pins game come through the YBC and their developmental programs. Another strike. Penny Flanagan is Jamie's girlfriend.
She's a happy young lady right now, watching 5 in a row. This man is very, very consistent. Watch right at the moment when he releases the ball right there. Again, right about the center dot. A little bit further out there, but he has enough going. And again, we've got a 5-bagger. You notice that in the women's show?
Yes.
4 or 5 times you'd see 5 strikes in a row, and it was just enough. When you're trying to win 5 frames, usually that's enough to do it.
Wow, that's his first open, and it comes here in 9. Jamie Soulliere, and as a 2:04. What a great game he's bowled. When we think back to the women's play, it was Jennifer Willis who in 3 of her games, 3 of the 4 games she bowled to win it, she was the one that was able to put together the string of 5.
There she is.
And now, and she's a left-hander too, and are we seeing something?
Well, you're seeing, they don't have to adjust quite as much. I'm not belittling the talent of the left-handers. They've got to have talent. They've got to be able to hit the spot. You've got to be able to follow through and execute. They just didn't, in this particular series, have not had to make quite as many adjustments, and they're getting a little more consistent reaction on the other end. And then the talent comes into play, and it really works well.
Bill Graham picking up the 9th frame and $100, so
10th frame up for grabs. The decision as to who goes ahead has been decided. Jamie will carry on. That's pretty cool. He credits the proprietor of the Plaza Bowl, Fred Steinbauer, in helping his game and helping to make the transition from candlepin to 10-pin.
Well, you talked about the candlepin, and these are pins obviously that are all the same. Base is the same diameter as the top.
Well,
what does it do for your game? Does it help your game or hurt your game?
You have to really be there to play this game. It's about the same height as the 10-pin. On the bottom, it's narrow. In the middle, it's got a little bit of a pot on it, and then that gets a top is the exact same thing. Narrows down the top. You can actually set that thing up top or bottom. You couldn't do that in the 10-pin. The pin has to sit like the base down on it. But the handle pin is just a strange game, but boy, it takes a lot of talent. It's like duck pin is a little half the size, almost like a 5-pin, a little bit smaller. Use a 5-pin equivalent ball, and it's just wild.
But you suggested to me earlier that it helps your accuracy. The candlepin bowler maybe throws a little bit, I don't know, can you be more accurate? Does it help in that respect?
Well, he has to get, because they've got the pins, and there's a little bit different reaction on those pins and the way that they spin around and everything. So they got to be pretty accurate. It's similar, if you can take a real good 5-pin bowler with your accuracy and move them in and get the timing and the rhythm out of the 10-pin, boy, you've got a tremendous athlete. And the accuracy in 5-pin is pretty good because the pins in the 5-pin are further apart, 18 inches apart against the foot. So you don't have as much margin of error. Both games are good. All the games are good. Just get out and enjoy it.
Well, he has been very good. Jamie Soulliere from Moncton. Just the one open frame. That came in 9. There's another one. He'll pick up the final frame of $100. So he'll win $800 here in this quarterfinal, along with the $300 he won. So he'll move on having won $1,100.
Watch how the pins sort of collapse when he releases the ball, and this is why Mom is happy in the background. But watch how the pin go down there, and they sort of fold together.
Oh, look at that. Is that something? He strikes out.
9 out of 12 potential strikes with a 234 game.
Wow. Jamie Soulliere from Moncton, the left-hander. What a show he has put on. And he becomes our first semi-finalist. Congratulations, Jamie. You're through to the Final Four of the M&M's Pins game.